Hello and welcome to Quiz Time. I'm Jess and today we have an IQ test. Now it's all about words, synonyms, antonyms and what comes next. Is this your specialist subject? Let's find out. So score 1 point for a correct answer. Scores are out of 100 questions. What do you think your ranking is going to be after the quiz? Are you ready? Let's get started. We've got some verbal reasoning. Which word is most opposite to perspicuous? Lucid, ambiguous, eloquent, or articulate? Ambiguous. Complete the analogy. Quixotic is to impractical, as sagacious is to foolish, wise, naive, or reckless. Wise. What is a synonym for obfuscate? Clarify, conceal, reveal, or simplify. Conceal. Which word does not belong? Truculent, belligerent, conciliatory, or pugnacious? Conciliatory. What is the antonym of prolix? Verbose, concise, wordy, or loquacious? It's concise. Complete the sentence. Her something demeanour masked a profound melancholy. Lachrymose, sanguine, morose, or sombre? Sanguine. Mendacity is to falsehood, as veracity is to deception, truth, exaggeration, or fabrication. Truth. Which word is the odd one out? Esoteric, arcane, lucid, or recondite? Lucid. What is a synonym for calumny? Praise, slander, compliment, or flattery? Slander. What comes next in the series? D-I-M-S-I? Is it I, J, K, or L? It's J. What is the opposite of ebullient? Exuberant, subdued, vivacious, or effervescent? Ebullient is subdued. Cartographer is to map, as lexicographer is to dictionary, novel, atlas, or manuscript. dictionary. Which word does not belong? Transient, perennial, fleeting, or evanescent? Perennial. What is a synonym for propinquity? Distance, proximity, isolation, or separation? Proximity. Complete the analogy. Nefarious is to wicked as salubrious is to harmful, healthy, toxic, or malignant. Healthy. Lion is to pride as wolf is to den, pack, lair, or herd. Pack. What is the antonym of garrulous? Talkative, reserved, loquacious, or voluble? Reserved. Which word is different? Paucity, abundance, scarcity, or dearth? Abundance. What is a synonym for reprobate? Scoundrel, saint, paragon, or virtuous? Scoundrel. Complete the sentence. The something, nature of his argument, confounded the scholars. Evident, lucid, pellucid, or abstruse? Abstruse. Orator is to eloquence as poet is to prose, imagery, rhetoric, or logic. Imagery. What is the opposite of fastidious? Fastidious. Meticulous, precise, careless, or thorough? Careless. Which word does not belong? Ameliorate, exacerbate, palliate, or assuage? Aggravate. What is a synonym for chicanery? Honesty, integrity, sincerity, or deception? Deception. Complete the analogy. Susurrus is to whisper as clamour is to silence, murmur, noise, or hush. Noise. Which word is most opposite to anodyne? Soothing, harmful, calming, or bland? Harmful. Epistolary is to letter as oratory is to speech, book, poem, or essay. Book. What is a synonym for limpid? Murky, clear, opaque, or cloudy? Clear. Which word does not belong? Bombastic, grandiose, restrained, or pompous? Restrained. What is the antonym of obstreperous? Noisy, quiet, boisterous, or clamorous? Quiet. Complete the sentence. His something remarks alienated the audience. Acerbic, amiable, affable, or cordial? Acerbic. Cacophony is to discord, as symphony is to chaos, harmony, noise, or dissonance. Harmony. Which word is the odd one out? Florid, ornate, austere, or elaborate? Austere. What is a synonym for torpid? Energetic, lethargic, vigorous, or active? Lethargic. Complete the analogy. Obsolete is to outdated, as innovative is to modern, old, ancient, or obsolete. Modern. Sculptor is to statue, as composer is to painting, symphony, novel, or sculpture. Symphony. What is the antonym of munificent? Generous, lavish, bountiful, or stingy? Stingy. Which word does not belong? Querulous, petulant, placid, or irascible? Placid. What is a synonym for vulnerable? Youthful, respected, modern, or common? Respected. What comes next in this series? A, G, M, I, K, and then I, J, K, or L? It's L. What is the opposite of tacit? Explicit, implied, unspoken, or silent? explicit. Complete the sentence. The something tone of the debate unsettled the listeners. Convivial, strident, amicable, or genial. Strident. Alchemist is to elixir as chef is to recipe, dish, kitchen, or spice. Dish. Which word is different? Paucity, profusion, dearth, or scarcity? Profusion. What is a synonym for ignominious? Honourable, noble, esteemed, or disgraceful? Ignominious, disgraceful. Complete the analogy. Paragon is to excellence, as pariah is to virtue, hero, leader, or outcast. Outcast. What is the antonym of vociferous? Vociferous. Boisterous, shrill, silent, or loud? Vociferous. It's silent. Which word does not belong? Ephemeral, enduring, fleeting, or transitory? Enduring. What is a synonym for exculpate? Modern, condemn, absolve, accuse, or blame? Exculpate and absolve. Historian is to chronicle, as journalist is to article, novel, archive, or diary. Article. What is the opposite of capricious? Whimsical, predictable, fickle, or erratic? Predictable. Complete the sentence. The something rhetoric of the speaker captivated the crowd. Insipid, trite, banal, or eloquent? Eloquent. Which word does not belong? Audacious, timid, bold, or intrepid? Timid. What is a synonym for deleterious? Beneficial, harmful, helpful, or constructive? Deleterious. Harmful. Complete the analogy. Labyrinth is to maze, as conundrum is to puzzle, solution, answer, or clarity. Puzzle. Novelist is to narrative, as playwright is to script, Excuse me, poem, essay, or story. Script. What is the antonym of plaintive? Mournful, sorrowful, cheerful, or wistful? Cheerful. Which word is different? Exacerbate, ameliorate, aggravate, or intensify? Ameliorate. What is a synonym for surreptitious? Overt, stealthy, obvious, or open? Surreptitious. Stealthy. What comes next in the series? E, J, Q, I, J, and then is it I, J, K, or L? It's K. What is the opposite of invidious? Enviable, malicious, spiteful, or fair? Fair. Complete the sentence. His something critique revealed deep insight. Superficial, obtuse, perspicuous, or vague? Perspicuous. Rhetoric is to persuasion, as poetry is to emotion, logic, argument, or debate. Emotion. Which word does not belong? Candid, forthright, duplicitous, or frank? Duplicitous. What is a synonym for ameliorate? Worsen, aggravate, improve, or deteriorate? Improve. Complete the analogy. Susceptible is to vulnerable, as resilient is to weak, strong, fragile, or delicate. Strong. What is the antonym of effulgent? Radiant, bright, luminous, or dim? Dim. Which word does not belong? Tenacious, resolute, vacillating, or steadfast? Vacillating. What is a synonym for obstreperous? Quiet, noisy, calm, or peaceful? Noisy. Arborist is to tree, as vintner is to wine, grape, vineyard, or bottle. Wine. What is the opposite of dilatory? Slow, tardy, prompt, or lethargic? Prompt. Complete the sentence. The something tone of her speech inspired confidence. Assured, querulous, petulant, or whimsical? The assured tone of her speech. Which word does not belong? Magnanimous, altruistic, selfish, or benevolent? Selfish. What is a synonym for ephemeral? Lasting, fleeting, permanent, or enduring? Fleeting. Complete the analogy. Desultory is to aimless, as methodical is to random, organised, chaotic, or haphazard. Organised. Critic is to review, as editor is to manuscript, article, critique, or novel. Manuscript. What is the antonym of insipid? Dull, bland, tasteless, or vibrant? Insipid. Vibrant. Which word does not belong? Vituperative, laudatory, disparaging, or critical? Laudatory. What is a synonym for recalcitrant? Compliant, submissive, defiant, or obedient? Defiant. Complete the sentence. His something wit disarmed his opponents. Caustic, gentle, kindly, or amiable? Caustic. What is the opposite of propitious? Propitious. Favourable, adverse, auspicious, or promising? Adverse. Botanist is to flora, as zoologist is to fauna, plants, ecosystem, or habitat? Fauna. Which word does not belong? Placid, serene, turbulent, or tranquil? Turbulent. What is a synonym for perfidious? Loyal, treacherous, faithful, or trustworthy? Treacherous. Complete the analogy. Euphoria is to joy, as melancholy is to happiness, elation, bliss, or sadness? sadness. What comes next in this series? C, I, Q, I, and what comes next? I, J, K, or L? It's K. What is the antonym of lugubrious? Lugubrious. Mournful, somber, gloomy, or cheerful? Cheerful. Complete the sentence. The something nature of the text required deep analysis. Recondite, simple, obvious, or trivial? Recondite. Philosopher is to treatise, as musician is to lecture, book, essay, or score. Score. Which word does not belong? Candid, evasive, frank, or forthright? Evasive. What is a synonym for acumen? Ignorance, folly, insight, or naivety? Insight. Complete the analogy. Bellicose is to warlike, as pacific is to aggressive, hostile, peaceful, or militant. Peaceful. What is the antonym of spurious? Genuine, counterfeit, bogus, or false? Genuine. Which word does not belong? Verbose, succinct, wordy, or loquacious? Succinct. What is a synonym for exigent? Trivial, minor, unimportant, or urgent? Exigent. It's urgent. Complete the sentence. Her something response clarified the ambiguity. Vague, lucid, obscure, or cryptic? Lucid. Curator is to museum, as librarian is to gallery, library, archive, or studio. Library. What is the opposite of tenebrious? Dark, bright, shadowy, or dim? Bright. Which word does not belong? Assiduous, diligent, indolent, or meticulous? Indolent. And your last one. What is a synonym for enervate? energize, weaken, strengthen, or invigorate. Weaken. So, how did you do today? Drop your score in the comments below, and of course, like and subscribe so you get notified every time we post a new quiz. And join us next time on Quiz Time.